bedroom again, but facing the other way this time. This is Lisa, one of my 4 cats, and here we are again to talk about life in apartments, a small space to have plants and cats with them. Right, Lisa? I'm going to talk about how and when to water your plants. Before I'm going to present my plants as well. These are desert roses. I love desert roses. And they normally grow, as I said in the other video, in Africa, for example, and they grow super well in warmer parts of Brazil, north and the northeast. In the south, you have big change in the weather, and in the southeast, depending on where as well. São Paulo is near the south. So the lower down you go, the more you feel the differences in the weather, climate. Well, here I've got one which I got from Chalini as a birthday gift last year. See? And the vase is a proper vase for desert roses. I don't know if you can see the shape. It's also good for orchids. Here, you've got one, also for the buds, which was actually trimmed by Apollonia Grade. It was a gift, okay? She sends these, she trims the plant, and then she grows roots. I am not really good at it, but Apollonia Grade is excellent. I bought this one from her through the website, and it was my first one which I bought through Apollonia Grade. The first gift didn't survive. I didn't know how to water it properly. I bought several times. This is my first desert rose. I have pictures of it from the end of 2019. No, I'm wrong. July 2019. So that's when I started my love for desert roses. We're here to talk about these here were my last gift. They're babies. These took between 2 and 3 weeks to start growing, but depending on the seeds, they can start growing in 4 days. They store less water. That's why I have to water them more often, but I don't drown them, okay? Please don't drown them, or the roots will rot them. These store a little bit more water, and I already changed the vase. That's how it started. Then a vase like this, then I moved it to a bigger vase. But please be careful. If it's too big, it takes too long to dry. And what happens to when the soil never dries, it rottens your plant. Then you can end up with fungus on the leaves or rotten roots. And then it doesn't drink at all, and it doesn't eat at all like us. It needs the nutrients from the soil, and the responsible for it is the water. So water is for them to drink and also help them eat, basically. So if you water them too much, fungus, rotten roots, and they can even get sick like us if we don't eat properly, you know, and then you get diseases. What type of soil do I use? Soil which dries easily and has proper nutrients. I don't know what you use there. In Brazil, we have the brands that are more adequate, and I try to find the best ones. Honestly, I spoil my plants. So the soil I use here is the same as this one. And now I use the same soil as the big plants, as the adults for this one. But in the beginning, I did use the same soil as the ones to grow seeds, So I guess you might know or not, but how do you help the soil dry out? The wind, the sun, and these are outdoor plants. If it rains too much, for example, so if you water it too much, if you don't have proper soil, they rotten. You lose these beautiful flowers really fast and the buds, okay? Another thing you can control is how often you're going to water them. You check if the soil is dry. Proper vases will help you make sure everything is dry, dries out, at the same time, and then you can water it again. What else interferes in that? Something very, very important for who has differences in seasons, weather, is how cold it gets. These plants like warm weather. So what happens is that during winter, they stay indoors. During the coldest part of winter here, it gets to 3 degrees at night, and during the day 10, 11 degrees Celsius. And with that, this part here can freeze, okay? Especially in the south of Brazil, and where you get colder weather and warmer weather as well, extremes. And I'm sorry if my cat shows up sometimes. Here you can see a plant which is really firm, and it helps you learn if there's something wrong with it as well, okay? So if I'm watering too much or too less when it's not hydrated, what happens is that it shrinks it, okay? And if it's getting too much water, it starts to rotten, really. So it gets soft. And then you're killing your plant, then you have to rescue it. Remove it from the soil, that's another subject, another video. But the main thing is how you water, how much sun you get, and how to dry out the soil. That's very important. If you've got any doubts, please write comments. Also subscribe, like my video, and activate the bell for you to get new videos, know about new videos each time I post them. I will most probably record a video to teach you something simple in another language, which will probably be French, maybe Portuguese, how to tell the time, for example. I'm still thinking about it, but if I do record that as a next video, it will be about telling the time, because I've got that in mind already. Please stay tuned. Questions and suggestions are very welcome. It helps me grow with you and make people happier and happier. Short videos, okay?